Hey, I'm Josh Evans from Cataclysm Computers, and I want to showcase this PC for you. This is one we just finished building for Joey. We're going to send this out in about 10 minutes, and I wanted to show you how it's looking, what's inside this PC, and why we chose certain parts. Okay, so it's pretty obvious this is a Corsair computer. So Joey wanted a PC where he can control all the RGB using Corsair iCUE, and I reckon Corsair iCUE is one of the best RGB programs out there. It's on par with Asus Armory Crate. So if you want an RGB program that actually works, iCUE and Armory Crate are the best in my opinion. So that means we've gone with a Corsair case, with Corsair white fans in there. We've got a Corsair cooler and a Corsair RAM. So everything inside this PC can be controlled using the one RGB app, which is absolutely perfect if you want to sync everything up together. So we've clearly gone for like a cyan kind of lighting setup on this. I reckon it looks nice and clean in a white case. I'll show you what parts are inside it. So obviously the liquid cooler is here. And under there, you've got an AMD Ryzen 7 5700X processor. And I've said it in a few videos now, that's my current favorite processor. It's really good because it doesn't cost too much money, but you're gonna get more than 200 FPS on a heap of games. You just have to pair it with the right graphics card. The cooler is a Corsair H100i. It's clearly a white liquid cooler, got the white tubes there, white fans at the front. And the graphics card here is a Gigabyte Vision RTX 3080 10 gig overclocked, and they're perfect graphics cards to go with the Ryzen 7. You can play any game you want with this kind of setup. There are no limitations. It's definitely considered a high-end PC. The 3080 will get you over 200 FPS on pretty much any game you play on 1440p. You can get over 200 FPS on COD Warzone, for example. Definitely more than 200 FPS on like COD Vanguard or any of the multiplayer versions of COD. If you want to play Apex Legends, over 200 FPS. Valorant, like 500 FPS at 1440p. And it is powerful enough for 4K gaming. So if you want to use this kind of graphics card for a TV, like a 4K TV or a high-end 4K monitor, you can do that very, very easily. Now the Corsair RAM in this is 32 gig. It's White Vengeance Pro RGB RAM. I reckon it looks really nice, and we wanted to use white RAM to match the rest of the PC. Everything in here is white. The motherboard itself is a Gigabyte B550M DS3H AC, and that's normally my pick of AMD motherboards because it's got all the features that you need of pretty much any motherboard that you go for. So we use this one because it's got built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and it's got two NVMe SSD slots in there, and it pairs perfectly with the processor and the RAM. The power supply in here is a 750 watt gold rated power supply. 750 watts is more than enough for this kind of setup. If you've got an AMD processor, which doesn't use very much power at all, and a 3080, even if that ramps up all the way, is gonna mean that you're using about 600 watts on this PC. So there's a heap of headroom there. And even though we're talking about high wattage coming out of these 40 series graphics cards, I don't think you're gonna be using more than 750 watts, especially a gold rated power supply. That's going to be more than enough for you for like a 4070 or a 4080, even when the new graphics cards come out. Now the SSD is a Crucial P2 1TB NVMe. They are absolutely perfect for gaming. If you're going to be doing anything like video editing or 3D modeling, that's when you would go for like a crazy SSD. But if you're playing games, streaming, doing some video editing that's like less than an hour long in 4K, absolutely perfect SSD for you, and they're flawless reliability. Now the case is a really cool one. It's a Corsair Crystal 280X. It's obviously a white version. They're a really nice, neat case, and the reason why I really like these cases is because it's a micro ATX, but it's actually pretty premium. They're not cheap cases, but they are very premium in terms of materials used and the layout. It's just a nice case. A lot of micro ATX cases that you get, you're kind of going for like the budget build, but this one doesn't feel budget whatsoever. It's really nice. You've got some nice glass on the top here, if you can see that on the camera, and the same as the front of the case, got a nice glass panel where you can see those fans shining through. So we've got 4 white Corsair RGB fans in this one, and white braided sleeved cables. So I've said this a million times already, but these are what finish off the look of the PC. So if you don't have braided cables in a PC like this, it's going to look pretty cheap. So we like to match the cable color with the case color. In this case, obviously, white braided sleeved cables, it matches this look, and you got the 24-pin one there, the graphics card one there. There's a CPU one up the top on the left there as well. Now all the PCs at Cataclysm come with Windows included, and wireless and Bluetooth. You get free delivery to your door, and you get a 3-year warranty. So everything's covered. It's a case of order your PC, it turns up at your door, pull it out of the box, plug it in, play some games. It's that simple. So if you want a custom PC, just like Joey did, you can fill out the form on the website, 100% custom. It's a tab along the top of the website. Fill out the form, I'll get in contact with you, and we'll work out a custom PC that suits your budget and your needs to make sure you get the best FPS in your games, runs nice and cool and quiet, looks the way that you want it to look, and it's within your budget. If you want to just get a pre-built PC or even just customize one yourself on the website, check out the gaming section, go to pre-built or customizable there. Check out the Google reviews as well. So we're really big on the whole customer service and the whole PC experience itself. It's not necessarily about getting the best parts, although that's a massive bonus. You want to make sure that the experience that you have with your new PC is good in general. So I'm always there for you. If you have questions, you can always ask me on Facebook or Instagram. You can call the 1-300 number anytime. I can help you out. Just check out the website, and if there's anything that I can do for you, just ask.